Episode 23.
23. That's how old I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to you, dog.
Not really. My birthday was like 6 months ago.
That's true. Did we do anything for your birthday? I don't remember. How was your 23rd birthday?
It was a small party.
A small party. That's right.
You guys came, right?
What, me and Maria? I don't think we went actually. We always have some shit to do.
Yeah,
man.
no, it was.
I want to come. I always want to come, but we always have some shit to do.
That sounds wrong.
I want to come. Let me come. I need to.
Jesus
by the way,
Christ.
this is Tim, who was our very
I'm
first
back.
guy. He is motherfucking back, man.
Episode number one,
special
baby.
for being only the first episode and nothing else at all. Like,
Yeah,
there's nothing else.
That's
to
the one
it.
redeeming quality about me. Everything else fucking sucks about me.
Being.
Oh, and also I'm
his lovely
dating
girlfriend,
this wonderful person here.
Yes.
That's
That's
my
why
other
he's gonna
redeeming
get very sexually graphic.
All right, Maria, let's make out on camera.
Yeah. I don't think we ever had. Have you ever had a couple on?
You're gonna turn into Howard Stern at that point. You just have like people doing like perverted shit.
I don't know. There was some tension between between you and Duke Stamina.
That's true.
Ooh.
Yeah, we did get pretty raunchy. I'm surprised my mom didn't text me about that because my mom listens to the podcast, and my mom's a Jehovah's Witness too. So she would have probably been like, Sydney, is this something you need to tell me?
Oh, snap.
Actually, what's kind of funny is, you know what? I saw a picture of your mom on Instagram.
Okay.
Whoa,
come on, man.
No,
Okay.
hold on. No, the thing
You're just
is,
scrolling through my mom's things like, yo.
No. Well, because here's the thing, like I was on the Closet Instagram,
right?
And I looked at the feed, and the first thing that I see is this woman with a huge gap, and I'm like, man, I don't even have to look up who this person is. I know exactly who this is.
Bro, can I tell you? Okay, when I was younger, when I was I got my gap pretty early. I think maybe like 5th grade, it fully like kicked in. 5th or 6th grade, some shit like that. And people in my neighborhood, like they knew who I was automatically. Like, oh, you're so and so's son. But because of my gap, there's no other kid with biggest gap as I did in my neighborhood.
It works the other way around too.
But I didn't get it. I'm like, how did you know that's my mom? I was like, all right, come on, kid.
But yeah,
it's the gap.
But yeah, Sydney's mom, if you're listening,
yeah, shout out to you, mom.
Thank you so much for bringing in this.
One day I will brand the gap. I will brand the gap because
it'll be a new trend.
Yeah, Matt has been telling me this. Like, yo, Matt, just get a business card with the gap in it, right?
Awesome.
Yeah, just the smile.
Fresh mocha. That's what I'm telling you,
bro. On my Twitter, oh fuck, my phone's over there. But on my Twitter, like my cover photo on my Twitter, it's just a picture of my gap like zoomed all the way the fuck in. So I'm doing little tidbits of it. I'll have to show you afterwards. But yeah, how was your weekend? How was everybody's
Pretty
weekend?
awesome. We spent the whole day together. I actually went to Maria's house last night, and I went to get dinner with her parents. And we talked about things that she can't even know about yet. So I have exciting things planned really soon for my life.
Okay.
But I'm not going to talk about anything else about that. But Maria, how's your weekend?
It was
awesome. It was awesome.
Full of mystery. I
Full
don't
of
know.
mystery.
Yeah.
Full of mystery because
Tim's
of me.
planning
I'm
something.
always full of mystery, baby.
Wait, you mean like that episode of SpongeBob when he named the seahorse Mystery? I had to reach for that reference.
Just like that.
That's like an OG, like old school
yeah.
SpongeBob
Millennials
reference right there.
I'm sorry, Gen Z. I don't even know about that. They think SpongeBob is just a meme. They probably don't know it's an actual show. It's like, wow.
Man.
I've never seen this SpongeBob before, but I see it online.
Timothy Joseph Mystery Big
What the
Name.
hell are you? Oh.
Is that what keeps your allure to Tim? Like him
My
being
mystery?
mysterious and shit?
Wait, what?
You know what's fucking mysterious? I remember the city. Do you remember this one time where we went to this liquor store, like back in college, and then I was getting the alcohol. I forgot what I was getting, but the guy at the counter asked me what my name was, and I said Timothy Joseph Bickness, like I always do. But he said it was wrong. I'm like, bitch, I know my own name.
Oh, I remember that.
He said Timothy Joseph Walter Bickness. I don't know where the Walter came from. My younger brother's middle name is Walter, but mine isn't. So I don't know why the fuck it's on my license.
He was reading your ID, right?
Yes, it was on my ID, but I don't know why it was on my ID.
Oh.
But he wouldn't sell me the beer or whatever I was getting because it said Walter on my ID, and I told him everything else.
I remember you complaining about this too.
That guy, if
I
you're
remember.
listening- Hey man, if you're listening to this, you suck.
Yeah.
If random liquor store owner, you suck.
We're gonna find that establishment, man.
It's a 1 year Publix on Ben Hill.
Yeah.
I think there's a couple Publixes.
I know.
The ones
Yeah.
on Fiddlesticks. not
Keeping
really
it,
bad.
Yeah, we're keeping it vague.
Yeah, keeping it vague. But
we
whoever
remember
you
you,
are,
man. Tim.
Sydney was with me that night, I think.
I think you were.
It's been like 3 or 4 years.
It's
since
been like
the-
at least 5 years.
At least 5 years.
At least maybe
Tim
6
still
years.
remembers.
See,
Grudges
I held
don't
a
die.
grudge.
Yeah.
Hey man, booze is serious business.
Indeed, I'm
is.
drinking on my
It's a
vodka orange juice right now.
It's a really serious business. It's kind of a dark business. I imagine that alcohol is a very, very dark business.
Wait, can I
full of
tell you? So I
lobbying and
went to a party last night in Cape Coral,
shit. Ooh.
and
Story time.
it was okay. As soon as I walk in,
Hold on.
like,
Don't admit anything incriminating, Sydney.
no, I'm not. I'm gonna try to work my way around the story. I didn't do anything wrong. It's none of that. But okay, as soon as I walk in, right? Okay, so me and John, we go to Beach Records a lot, and Beach Records is known for having like a younger crowd, like high schoolers and stuff. Nothing wrong with it, but like it just attracts that type of crowd.
Mm-hmm.
It was one of those situations when I walked into the party, I was like, shit, it's gonna be one of these. Because I saw somebody from Beach Records who I know. He was there. He was like, "Oh shit, Sydney! Oh my gosh!" And then actually another person recognized he's from John's Closet. Like another kid walked up, "You're from John's Closet." and then
That's cool.
I don't know if I said this when I went to Cobble Culture right on Thursday or this past Thursday. Another dude recognized he's from John's Closet. And I've been, as soon as that dude said it at the party yesterday, I was like, "Fuck." I might have fucked up on the branding of the podcast because they don't know my name; they just know John's
They know
name.
John's closet.
They know John's Closet.
John
not-
and Sydney in the closet.
Yeah.
You could call it.
Hold
Yeah.
on. If you're listening right now, it is John and Sydney that host the Closet.
No,
the
they just-
podcast.
they just-
No,
literally-
you should ask your viewers what the new name should be.
Ooh.
I like John's Closet. I like the
it.
name.
It has a good ring to it.
There's a good ring to
definitely.
it. But no, it's so weird to like a person can just come like, John's Closet, right? I was like, yeah. Oh shit.
Yeah.
People are watching.
All right. Well,
We'll be on
that's
Instagram.
reassuring. We have a couple of people that tune in.
Yeah.
Bro, yeah. That's good.
But yeah.
And
Growing fan base, baby.
And here's the thing. So it was a little younger crowd or whatever. Rambo was of course there.
Rambo.
As he knows who he is. And Rambo, I was just talking, hanging out with Rambo, whatever. I was hanging out with some other people there. And I think here's the key thing between me right now at 25 versus people who are like in their 20s and early 20s, like 18 or whatever. I don't think if I feel something different about how what somebody says or whatever, if I don't agree with it, normally back in the day I would just kind of ignore it or I wouldn't respond or whatever. But now I just let the shit ring. I just openly this girl
boy.
was dressed up as Poison Ivy,
Ooh.
right? And this dude didn't know that she was dressed up as Poison Ivy because she
Oh.
had a whole bunch of leaves. And the dude came up like, "Are you dressed as a leaf?"
What?
and she said that story, but she meant to say it as like, "Oh, is that dude so weird and rude?" But I laughed. I was like, "Yeah, that's kind of funny, actually." And then she was saying she was drunk. I was like, "Don't I have a fat ass as a white girl?" I was just like, "Not at all, not at all." I just was.
See, that was an invitation right there. That was,
Yeah.
and you were just like, "No, I can't lie to this person's
I
face."
can't just lie to her face, man. But I think that's the new thing about me. I'll no longer.
Hey, some
lie.
people have to hear the truth.
Yeah.
If you told her she had a good ass for a white girl, she'd just walk around thinking that she had a good ass for a white girl.
Yeah, I
But
was
if she
like,
clearly
bitch,
doesn't, then
Bitch, have you not met black or Hispanic girls? I was like,
yeah, Hispanic
what are you
girl.
talking about?
Small ass though.
But I like your ass.
Thank you.
But the party was cool. The party was chill. It's nice to be around younger people and shit. Makes you feel great. But yeah, let's get into it, man. I know you guys don't have a lot of motherfucking time. I appreciate you guys coming through
Oh,
the
yeah.
podcast. We'll start with you, Maria. This is all about you, Maria.
Aw.
No,
Oh my goodness, I hate being on the spot.
You're on the
No
spot.
pressure, Maria.
Yeah.
Everything's on the line, but no pressure.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. Okay,
Ha-
stop
Tim,
it.
Tim, if she ever feels nervous, just start finger making her.
Sure.
Just
I can do that.
relax, baby.
Now we're talking.
No. So Maria, you graduated from HBCU as
Yes.
an art major.
Yes.
Okay, got these. I'm gonna start out nice and slow. How did you get into art? What's your origin story? We asked everybody the same basic ass question.
Mhm.
How did you get started in art?
Well, I've been drawing since I was a little girl.
Do me a quick favor.
Here. Like this?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I throw my hands around.
What's Tim's
Wait.
dick name?
Hold it.
Yeah.
Maria.
Nah, not today, Tim. But I was drawing since I was a little girl. My grandfather actually, like, got me into drawing. He would, he sculpts a lot.
Oh wow.
He
Okay.
would, yeah. So this is Javi's grandfather, my grandfather.
Mhm. Shout out to Javi.
Yes, and he would sculpt elephants, horses, zebras, bulls, any animal, and he would also draw them, and I was so interested in them. So so he would practice with me, and he would draw like swans and all that stuff. But whenever he would draw things, I would scribble over it because I was jealous.
Wow.
So I'd be like, no, I can draw better, and of course it was like shitty. But I'm like, you see,
You know, can I tell you this sidebar? I remember in middle school, this dude named Morgan, right? He drew something really, really nice on like the chalkboards. Chalkboards. There used to be chalkboards on the boards instead of dry and erase board. But anyways,
Jesus.
he drew something nice, and I was like, man, that's really nice. You know, it'd be funny if I just erased it. So I just straight up erased it, and like he's like, yo, what the fuck? I felt kind of bad. I was like, oh, that wasn't really nice of me.
it was funny
It
though.
lived with me until this day. Yeah. So
It lives with me.
Well,
do you feel bad for scribbling and shit?
Sometimes, not all the time, but you know. But he was an awesome artist. He's still an awesome artist.
I mean,
and
you're his granddaughter, so.
I know.
He's
So
like,
I'm
"Ah,
just
this little
like,
shit."
so I'm just like, maybe I shouldn't have done that, but I was young and stupid, real young and stupid. So, but yeah, that's how I started with drawing, and then I kept on drawing, and then I went into anime. I was really interested into anime, and I would draw, you know, anime people and all that stuff. I did digital art for a while, from I think I was 12 years old till probably like senior year of high school, and that's when
Right.
I stopped because they kind of discouraged that because they're like art.
They discourage art.
No, they didn't discourage art, but
What,
they
the anime
didn't
style?
think anime.
Oh, anime.
The anime
Yeah.
style.
Yeah. By the way, me, John, the Tims, and Marias, us millennials, we paved the way for anime to be cool in
Oh,
America.
yeah.
We don't get
I
enough more
remember
props,
it was
man.
ostracized back in high school.
Yes.
Like, people didn't like it.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So if you did like
Yeah.
it, you kept that shit
Yeah.
a secret.
Yeah.
I know.
For some reason.
Me and
I
Tim,
don't know.
And
me
then all
and
of a
Tim
sudden
were
everyone's
doing.
like, well, this
Now it's
animation's
cool.
kinda
Now it's cool. Now it's hip. Man, fuck y'all.
You know,
Exactly.
actually,
You weren't Naruto running through the hallways like me, trying to get into the lunch line with my arms in the back.
You know which anime I think actually kind of defined that?
Yeah.
I think it might have been Attack on Titan.
Yes, I remember it started to
yeah.
get popular right
Because
when that
Attack
came
on
out, too.
Titan got that super hype, gave
That's
that huge
true.
Yeah.
push. Because I think what it was that it was like, you know, one of the few times that anime like got super fucking serious.
Yeah.
Like, you know, there's a very much a silly side to anime. You know.
Oh yeah.
Like you know, all the plot devices.
The over the top scenes with like Dragon Ball Z, the testosterone
Yeah,
and shit.
the overhyped
Yeah.
power level
Yeah.
pushing, and Attack on
Overhyped
Titan
boobs.
kind of Attack on Titan kind of hit this like boundary of like this is something that is like. Honestly, if this were to happen, you'd be scared shitless.
yeah.
Yeah.
And they tried to
Yeah.
capture as much of that as possible.
Yeah, yeah,
And then they were like, plot armor? Ha!
yeah.
Fuck
People
that.
die all the time in it.
Yeah, yeah.
First
yeah.
episode,
It's
like-
very real.
What, does his mom die or something?
Yeah.
Spoilers, I mean, if you're good.
I mean, it's first
The
episode.
first episode.
You know what?
then
You know
4
what?
years.
You know what I like about Attack on Titan? That we were talking about it. I think the most interesting thing is it lets you just like sit in it. Like normal shows where they show you something gruesome, it's like they don't let you just like sit there, whatever. Like it lets you take in all of the fucking moment. When you saw, Tim said it. When
Yeah,
you saw
yeah.
his mom get chomped down on the Titan,
they
they showed it
show everything,
repeatedly
yeah.
and saw every fucking like her
every
like,
drop of blood,
and,
like,
and shit.
the slow
Maria, do you want to
motion.
see this?
No.
Maria loves gore.
I am scared shitless of gore.
Let's see some Attack on Titan. It's a good show, though.
It's a good
now
show,
the thing
right?
is,
Like
I
it,
also
so.
still value the censorship that they had behind it, because as gory as it was really more of an emotional moment
Yes,
than it was like a pure gore moment.
Yeah. Like it's not gore porn or anything like that.
Okay.
It's not gory for the sake of being gory. It's yeah.
Okay,
behind it.
you may have to cover my eyes at some point.
But yeah.
But so you were into anime in high school. How did
Yeah.
you transition to photography, which is the main kind of bulk of my questions I got on there?
Well, I took photography classes in FCCU, which they offer, and I took them with an awesome photographer and an awesome teacher, and he's when he taught it was really interesting, and I don't know, I've never gotten into like the, I guess, photography technicalities and all that stuff, so I didn't understand it, and so when he taught it, it was like easy. He made it
very
easy
palatable
to learn, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I could do this. I'm like, and that's how I continued to practice over and over and over again. Oops. And then you're distracting me so
Go
bad.
on.
Yeah, you're too sexy. Dad, she's like, ugh.
I forgot where it was. Shit.
Your professor made it really easy. Yeah, you started getting into it.
And he made it easy to learn and all that stuff. So I just took off from there, and I was practicing every day, and and that's what it is: practice, and all that stuff. And by then, I'm just like, I think a photography business would be good and all that stuff.
Like
So that's how I made my decision. I just went
you
for
feel like the art itself of photography is a little bit cheapened now that kind of everybody has a phone with a camera on it, so they feel like they are also photographers.
That it depends.
Depends.
I mean,
I have an answer
sometimes
to you. Go first, so Maria.
yeah, I don't know.
Because I can't tell you, like, because everybody has a camera,
and
phone, so like everybody thinks they're fucking like
Hashtag
I
Instagram.
know.
like a fucking high class professional
Oh,
photographer.
speaking of high-class professionals, please check out our Instagram so that you can look at photographers,
Yes,
photographs
yeah.
of both us and our artists.
which are high quality. But yes, you feel like
Yeah.
it's cheapened a little bit.
I don't know. It depends on, because phones these days are getting so good.
I know you don't have to take any
I
work to make a good photo.
know.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah, so I mean, if you know how to use it and you know what you're doing, then I mean, and it comes out awesome, I mean, then why not? So I mean, it just depends how you're using it, I think, and if you're not making it look cheap.
Yeah, what I was gonna say though is I think like every day or every person has a phone nowadays, and they can pretty much take pictures at any time. But I think
like high quality photos
high quality.
too. Yeah.
But at the same time, if you've been trained in photography, you definitely know
You
have
know
an
how
edge.
to use it, yeah.
So I still think people who have went to school for photography, like Maria, definitely have an edge in that field, of course.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
So you feel like it doesn't quite cheapen it up?
No,
Or you-
it just
I
depends
don't think it
on
cheapens
your
it up.
skills and what you know how to like.
Well, I see you edit your photos too. There's so
Yeah,
many
how to
little
edit your photos
adjustments
and-
you need to make it look
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
And what angles you're using, because that all makes the photo really good, and you could take awesome photos with your phone. And I've interned with a photographer, and she taught me how to further increase my ability and all that stuff, and I'm just like, and I'm grateful for all that. And she specialized a little bit in like the phone technicalities and all that stuff.
That's cool.
Not specialized, but she knew how to apply like the stuff
Yeah.
you use with your camera and then use it on the phone.
Right. Yeah.
So it made it a lot easier and more professional on how pictures came out on your phone.
I feel like yeah, I agree with you. I think it actually not that everybody has a camera on their phone. I think in a way it helped photography, because like before photography or whatever, like like if you were to go to a school, like, hey, let's have a photography class, like let's have a whole class, like motherfucker, we don't have the budget for that. Like what? Nobody's gonna take that class. There's not a
People are probably more likely to get into photography because of the phone, the
accessibility.
accessibility. It's so easy to get
so
nowadays.
Easy. Like if you want to have a whole photography class like at a school, I don't think that would be like yeah, plenty of people would probably sign up for it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But we could flip that around too.
You could.
So let's take music for example.
Yeah.
Oh boy, yes, my favorite.
More specifically, music production.
Mm-hmm.
Oh okay, not my.
Music production is one of those things where like now you can take pirated software, find enough videos on YouTube to do exactly what you needed to do, and you could pump out within a few weeks a single that sounds pretty
really high
professional.
quality. Oh, definitely.
Yeah. So the other side, like people feel like, oh, I don't need to go to a class. I can learn
do
that
it
shit on
my
YouTube.
own.
Now that being said, you know, as someone who has kind of seen both sides of production, where, you know, I've been in, like, I've been in super professional settings, and you know, knowing Aaron and you know, kind of getting exposed to what he learned, you know, through going to Full Sail and everything, and how much is actually involved. There's so much more involved than like just being on a laptop. But to get the bare minimum stuff where you need it to just like, I need an idea, I need to get it out there. You know, there's no longer a need for a band to get their demo and to take it to a professional recording studio. When they can just find either a friend or B, learn it themselves, and then just get something that's like, you know, maybe it's not as good quality, but
that would have saved me a few $1,000s, definitely. But now I know too.
But you know, well, even you know, Tim.
Yeah.
You recorded an entire album with me.
Oh yeah, it sounds fucking badass.
Yeah,
it sounds
some
dope.
tracks. Yeah, it sounds good.
It sounds really. I'm really happy with the quality of it so far, and it's not even mastered yet. I can't wait to hear how it sounds mastered. But
and we're definitely working on that.
Yes.
And it's one of those things that, like, you know, well, because you came in like every week and we pumped
Pretty
out
much.
a track.
Yeah.
That's how I like to do things. I like to get things done as soon as I have the idea, so it doesn't get stale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, you know, and so we just have that just kind of honestly just kind of sitting until we finish up the polish work, and then you can just release it whenever.
I'll probably put it on Spotify once it's done.
There you go.
Sounds good.
Which will be awesome. So,
So-
anyways, let's get back to your questions.
Yeah. So Maria, Instagram, become one of the biggest platforms for photos and videos. Even
Yeah.
I feel like it. Videos, I feel like, because they have like Instagram TV now.
Yeah.
And shit. I don't know what that shit. I don't know what
Instagram
that shit
TV.
is.
What is,
Yeah,
do
I
you
don't know what
about
it
that,
is.
Maria or John?
I don't know.
What the hell is Instagram TV? This is the first
It's
time I've
like
ever heard of it.
it's kind of like they're kind of trying to take a slice of the YouTube type of
Oh
feeling.
yeah, I've heard about that.
Because normally on Instagram, you don't supposed to post a video. It's only a minute. This is a way to actually increase that limit. And then Instagram Live as well is a big
what
thing.
exactly is the difference between that and YouTube then? Like, what would the point of that be if it's just like another video streaming site?
Just be the same thing, I guess.
Huh.
But that's not my question. But
Okay.
So how do you feel about now more than ever people are trying to take more photos and to capture a moment as opposed to living in the moment. How do you feel about people like going to play? You always see it at like a concert or whatever. Like somebody like motherfuckers just taking the photos constantly and not trying to live in the moment. You feel like that's you feel like that's as being a photographer who literally is their job to capture a moment. You feel like that's a bad thing? People trying too much to capture a moment?
I mean, if you're overdoing it and all you're doing is constantly like and not surveying the area and like seeing, okay, should I capture this moment? Should I wait a little bit and then capture another moment? I mean, that makes it better because then all you're doing is snapping photos over and over and over again, and then you're just like, and you're also missing things because you want to also be kind of involved and
definitely.
not overly because then you just get one picture over and over and over and over.
Exactly.
And over again.
There's no point to that.
You can't post to your Snapchat in the pit.
post-
Oh,
Yeah.
no. You'll get knocked out.
pit.
But I'll say this too, like me and Maria went to New York this year and we went last year and we only took like a couple of photos because we want to
Yeah.
enjoy the moment, you know,
Yeah.
you actually want to live it.
Yeah.
And then we'll take like a photo or two here and there if we find like a cool spot just to
Yeah.
remember it. But we're
Yeah.
not constantly walking around with our phones out. Like
Yeah.
in New York, there's so many people who are constantly just walking on their phones,
Yeah.
which you can do because there's a lot of traffic, but there's also so many people around that usually go with a group. So
Yeah.
there's tons of people just walking around with their phones.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
But with photography, I mean, you need to walk around with your, with your camera, but you need to survey the moment before kind of
So you
taking.
gotta really
kind of need to time it.
You time it
Yeah.
correctly.
Yeah.
So as a photographer, do you take a lot of photos when you're out with Tim and like going to New York?
does
and
she?
the different
Oh,
areas?
actually, she does usually. Like whenever we go
Yeah.
somewhere. Like today we
Well,
went
like,
to Correction Park,
yeah. So.
and we took a photo right at the beginning.
oh yeah.
But then after that, we just walked and enjoyed the rest of the morning.
yeah.
Mm.
But when it comes to going to different places, it's
Oh
definitely.
yeah,
Like,
she likes to get some photos with us
yeah. Like for shit.
What do
for
you?
shits and giggles. Is what she went to say. Maria, say it.
Wait. What am I saying?
For shits and giggles.
For shits and giggles.
For shits and giggles.
There you go.
For the shiggles.
Look, I'm trying to look
You
on my.
trying to
Yeah.
show me some-
Like for.
Oh, are you gonna
picture-
show? I have actually. You know what's funny about her phone? She has like a 50 picture gallery of me getting gas.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
At first.
It's Tim pumping gas, and right now I have like 36
Wow.
photos.
Well,
There's
from
probably been-
2016.
Yeah.
There's probably been like the first half I didn't notice her, and then I started noticing, and
Yeah.
I'm like posing and
You
stuff.
see, that's what it's about.
Oh,
being
look
like
at that
I'm
sexy
like,
pose.
You know, changing. It's the same picture, but changing it. So
Oh,
kind of
okay.
applies.
Also, you took those all separate days, so it's not like you took that like 36 times in a row.
Yeah.
There's an Instagram page. Okay, I don't know if you know. Okay, there's an old picture of The Rock where he's in like a turtleneck and he has a fanny pack on or whatever. And there's an entire Instagram page where it's just like the same picture of The Rock every day.
Yes.
It has like, I swear to God, it has like 10,000 plus followers. Same picture of The Rock every fucking
That's
day.
awesome.
Hold on. What's the page called?
It's like the same picture of The Rock every day. Just look at Dwayne The Rock. I don't know. I don't know what it is. But
Yeah, no, I'm looking this up. I'm
yeah,
gonna
look-
follow
look
this
that
right
shit
now.
up. While he does that. So okay, so what's essential to making a making a good photo versus a bad photo?
Well,
Like what's the thing that makes between a good photo and a bad photo?
angles.
Angles.
Yes.
Ooh,
And
angles.
like
This isn't just a rock thing. This is a pattern.
What?
There-
Did
there's
you find the page?
Oh, it's a
same
lot of
picture
the
of
same-
Fortnite, same picture of Brick, same
Jesus
picture
Christ.
of Bob Ross,
Oh wow.
See
same
this?
picture of Crocs,
course.
same picture of Kiwi,
Wow.
Bob Ross, Michael Cera.
That's so
Well,
stupid.
what about the Bob Ross one? How many followers does it have?
The
lot.
Bob Ross one.
Actually, there's two different Bob.
7,000 followers.
Damn.
Wow.
And it is the same
That's a pretty
exact
magnificent
picture
photo, though, to
Oh
be
my
honest,
God.
right?
of Bob Ross over and over. Wait, hold on. I found one that's different.
Oh no!
Wow.
False
that's
advertisement.
funny.
Oh, there's another
Oh,
one.
There's another one. They're just all filters, and they're all just the same picture.
So I'm saying you could probably have a whole page, same picture of Tim pumping gas.
yeah.
That'd
You
be
just put
awesome.
That'd be
Do that.
quirky
Make it
hilarious.
Instagram of me pumping gas.
So you
Yeah.
say angles is the.
A lot of things actually. Angles.
If you had to point to one thing, it's like, all right, this would. If you had this, or you feel like you can't.
I can't. I
Yeah.
mean, so many things are involved. The lighting situation to take a good photo, where the placement, and if you're doing a person, where that person should be. Should they be under a tree, next to a tree? Should they be in the field? What kind of prop should they be holding? If they should be holding a prop or not? Should they be lying on the ground? And all those stuff.
Yeah, I've been I've been trying to figure out, like, I think my number one problem with me trying to take a photo, I never know how to like pose myself. Like I don't know how to like angle my own body so the photo looks nice, especially when I'm taking doing like a selfie or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I really don't. It's like I don't know. I can't quite seem to get it right.
Okay, so let's see. So
Like I always look mad awkward.
I'm going to So let's do this. You see those lines?
Okay.
There's this thing in photography. Sorry, it's at John's crotch right now.
Jesus Christ.
But, so you see those lines? Those are like the third of rules. So those like where they meet, those are like PowerPoints. So if you want to be there, you see that's like an angle right there. And that's like an angle here, or at here, or at this side, or
so I mean, because it'll be on audio.
Yeah.
So it's a little grid that you have on. Right, on your phone.
I don't think my phone has that though.
Yeah, I don't think. How
I don't have the iPhone. I have Android.
You can go into settings.
And it'll put it on.
Yeah, it'll put it on.
Let me check on mine really quick.
Yeah, you go into camera settings.
Camera settings.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
Oh yeah,
that's
up
cool.
here.
I've never.
Yeah.
Oh okay.
Yeah.
Oh
You
shit,
see?
grid.
Yeah.
What the
Yeah,
fuck? My life
that
is a lie.
Wow.
That grid will make
how do
everything.
okay? So if I want to take
Oh,
a good
shit.
photo, do I just put
Wait a
myself in?
Yeah,
Throw
like
third,
you
boy.
should put in the PowerPoint. So you're like right now, like come a little bit towards me, a little bit. Yeah, that's
Oh,
the
yeah.
PowerPoint. So.
Ooh.
Oh, holy
And
shit!
You see, that's like a good angle. Like right, that's a good starting point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you could like move yourself.
Mm.
Yeah. And that's what we call like in photography. It's like the third rules or something like that.
Rule of thirds.
Rule of thirds.
Rule of
Thank
thirds.
you.
Rule
I
of
can't even
thirds.
think. My head's not in the right place right now.
It's okay, Maria.
It's okay.
I think you're the one that actually told me that.
No.
Past Maria was, she had it on point. So what are some good experiences that you've done? Because you've done some photography at like quinceañeras, weddings, and stuff like that. What's a good experience you had when you were taking photos, and what's a bad experience that you had?
I've never really had a bad experience. I'm trying to think of.
Yeah, her clients always love her. Honestly,
Really?
she's always worried. Like, man, what if I mess up? What if I do
Yeah,
something
'cause
wrong?
I know
Everyone loves her at the
people-
end.
That's what I'm like. I'm always
People
trying
will
to put
kill
my
you if you
clients-
don't take a good
Oh,
photo.
yeah.
Yeah.
But she does a good job. She does what they want them
Yeah.
to do, and
Yeah.
she gets the job done, and they like it.
I always try to make them happy and comfortable, and that's like my main thing. And
Main
try
thing.
to like tell them what I'm going to do ahead of time, so they understand.
Maybe that's what I'm doing wrong. I try to make people unhappy and uncomfortable.
Yeah, but the good experiences are like making them laugh during the photo shoot, because sometimes they get like frozen. And
Yeah.
then you need to help them relax, and sometimes tell
Yeah, I
them
think
jokes.
I think that's what happens in a photo. Like I think I really do like freeze up unless I'm already like laughing and just kind of
Yeah.
enjoying the moment. Like if it's like all right, let's take a photo right now. I'm like
Yeah.
oh shit. I'm like fuck.
Yeah.
You know what, guys? You guys should check out the Instagram and see which photo of Sydney is your favorite. And then what we'll do is we'll have Maria replicate it.
Ah!
And then what we'll do is we'll post the same picture every single day
Yeah.
on a whole new Instagram.
Perfect.
And we'll say same picture of
holy
Sydney.
shit. Same picture of my gap every day.
That's
Holy
amazing.
shit! I think I got it.
Let's make it a secret account unless they get the link,
Yeah.
and you guys can only see the link if you follow our Instagram or something.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Yeah. That's a good idea. The same
Yeah.
picture of my gap every day. So you're also an artist as well,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Tyler? So if you had to choose between photography and artist, which one would you choose?
Oh shit! It depends on my mood.
Depends on your mood.
Because okay, so when I'm doing photography, and I'm like with the clients and all that stuff, I really enjoy those moments and just like
Mm-hmm.
taking the pictures, talking to them, getting to know them, and all that stuff. And afterwards, when I show them all the photos, and they're like, I love this, or something like that, and they're
Right.
like really happy, that makes my day so much. But it can be stressful.
Yeah, yeah. Because like
Yeah.
I mean, you can't replicate a moment,
Yeah.
so you have to be able to take a good photos of those moments.
Also,
Yes.
their idea of what they want and what you do.
Yeah, what
can
you
be
do.
very different.
Yeah.
Some people have
That's all-
unrealistic expectations.
Yes.
That's why I'm surprised you've never had a bad experience. I would think you.
Yeah, she hasn't had a bad experience yet.
Right.
Let's
Not
keep it that
yet.
way. Let's keep it that
Dang,
way.
Don't jinx it,
I'm not gonna
people.
jinx it.
Yeah.
Okay. But with drawing, I can get so sucked into a drawing where it's just like I can spend hours, days on that same drawing and whatever. And you guys haven't really seen my drawings except on Instagram and stuff like that.
I saw a couple photos.
But it's just like I keep most of the drawings to myself, and that's the thing. But I like kind of sharing them with people. I used to have a DeviantArt, and I would share like the horrible drawings that I had back then. But with with all the people online, and it was fun doing that. And I'm like, I kind of miss that. And I'm just like, should I? Yeah, I know. I'm like, should I do that again?
Yeah.
And
Or
I
else
have my
about, like,
account on private, and I'm just like, oh shit, I don't know if I
Open
should.
that to the public.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I mean
love-
that's the thing about like really like very artsy people, whatever. They're very like
Self-critical.
they're very self-critical, and they want people to know about it, but they also at the same time they don't want people to know about it.
Exactly.
yes,
It's a weird because they're very sensitive about it. They don't want people to like. I don't know if you want. I don't know if they want people like open to criticize it, or they just feel like it's their own like special thing. It's like
I think it's
when
the
you-
case with Maria. I think
Yeah,
it's like her own special
it's
thing.
Like, that's my like emotions that I put
Yeah.
out there and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And it, that sounds corny, but that literally is like a manifestation
a
of
physical,
like what.
of your who you are, your emotions,
and I draw
whatever.
a lot of creepy stuff, and that's because I'm like kind of just putting it all.
That's what I like.
Mm.
She has a bunch of like I guess like demonic drawings like all up in her house.
Thanks.
No,
Do you-
they are though. They're like demons. It's awesome though.
Do you feel the same way with music? Because you're very you're in the band Fathom.
Fathom,
You
baby.
teach
Music comes out soon. I
Like,
teach
do you feel the
music.
same way about your music? Like you don't want.
Well, I like to put my music out there. I just want people to enjoy it. Honestly,
Yeah.
I'm so used to having people like hear me. I was so nervous when I'd play in front of people at the beginning, but I've been just doing it for years and years and years and years and years. And now, honestly, if they don't like it, I don't even care anymore. You know,
Fuck
I-
'em.
exactly. I make music for myself, so if people like it, great. If not, then it's not going to affect me in any way
True.
either.
I think, but amongst all our episodes of John's Closet, with the little fan base that we have, shout out to all our closet warriors that are still with us. We have a total of 2 dislikes
What?
over all of our episodes.
Wow, some haters, some goddamn haters. No,
One of them is on the Kylan episode, which we got mildly political on,
right.
and one of them was on the XMVIX episode.
Oh, it's too
Whew,
urban.
it wasn't my first video. You got me worried for a second.
No.
Both
You-
dislikes
you
on
know what it
Tim's
might
first
be?
video.
What?
It might be like maybe one of the members was just like, nah, fuck this shit. Like maybe one of the New York members was like,
Oh, because he wasn't there.
I wasn't there.
I wasn't
Fuck.
there. I actually met one of the New York members when I went to Comic Culture. He was there.
Oh, really?
So, yeah. I was saying hi to him. But what was I gonna say? I mean, I guess it's the cool thing about like, cause I'm into comedy. I guess that would be my main
Yeah, it's
art
like your art.
form. Comedy, you have to expose it to everybody else.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's
You
the whole
can't keep
point of
that to
comedy.
yourself.
Like comedy
Yeah.
is not an isolated thing.
And that's
it has
one of the
to
most
be
brutally,
shared.
like, that must be horrifying if you're
Oh
new to
my
comedy.
God.
That's one of the most. I
Yeah.
once saw an open mic, 5 comics in a row, bomb after one after another. Then
Yeah.
finally, like, the 6th guy came in and killed it.
Yeah.
That's 5 guys who had, like, a really shitty night. And then,
Yeah,
That's
I
gotta be horrible.
was listening to this podcast, and this comedian Andrew Schultz. He was like, he always go to people or whatever, or he always say like, would you rather be smart or funny? But you have to choose. You would be smart or funny. And he was like, I would rather be funny because not every smart person is funny, but every funny person
it's smart.
is smart.
Oh, that's a good point.
There's a lot to comedy just telling a joke, right? You would have to be somewhat intelligent in order to like consistently be funny. Not just funny amongst your friends, funny just in
To the
general.
masses, oh, yeah.
In general. And I think I personally have reached that.
You're pretty damn funny, Sidney.
I'm just funny in general. I'm not just funny to my isolated group of friends who know my comedy, who know my history and shit like that. Like I think I'm funny just across the board. And that shit is hard.
Don't give
It's
yourself too
ridiculous.
much credit, Sydney.
But yeah, I mean that is the cool thing about comedy. Like you have to kind of open it up for criticism, and when your joke does not land,
That's how you learn to. That's how you
Yeah.
get better.
It's either
Oh
a
my
bad
God.
joke
Same
or
with
you
any
delivered it
performance,
wrong.
you know.
yeah,
Well, like the other thing too is like diagnosis of like, if a joke bombs, what happens?
yeah,
Like what was wrong with it?
yeah.
Either the joke itself, like what you wrote,
Yeah.
is objectively not funny.
You get a lot of data from
Yeah,
when the
yeah.
joke doesn't land. Like you get instantly.
Well,
like,
actually, Sidney, I have a question for you. If a joke doesn't land, then do you have like backup jokes that you go to, or like do you have like a way to save it, or you just have to like feel the room?
okay, here's what I do. I do first I do a combination. Sometimes I'll think about jokes, like beforehand, And I'll actually, I mean, I know you guys don't know it, and it seems like I made that joke in the moment, but I'll actually think about jokes maybe a month, 2 months
Damn,
beforehand.
that's cool.
And then I remember I remember the joke, and I figure out a good way to weave it into the conversation and make it feel natural. Right?
That's
I'll do that.
interesting.
I'll do that sometimes, but that's like maybe a small percentage of my joke. But a lot of my jokes are very much in the moment, right? But I think I more so choose where and what my jokes will be. I'm not a very like spitfire type of like dude. I'm not like a bow. You know how people
the
are
jokes
roasting.
won't land
Yeah.
as
Like,
much.
it's not-
If you have like a really good joke every now and
Yeah.
then, it's gonna be a lot more effective.
Yeah, so I choose my jokes. I try not to go for low hanging fruit type of jokes and stuff like that. But since I try to make my jokes make sense in the moment and make them funny and make them somewhat clever, if the joke doesn't land, I don't feel as bad because I wasn't going for like a shitty or cheap joke in the first place.
That makes sense.
You know, so like people not laughing, like I don't think it's ever really bothered me too much when people don't laugh. Right? I think in the past where I'd be like, oh, these niggas just don't get it. These niggas just stupid. That was a good joke. They don't even know it. That's kind of how I felt a little bit, but then I kind of slowly got over that because if they don't laugh, like you can't just you can't take it personally.
Yeah, of course.
Well,
You know.
because you could have like a really good joke, but just the delivery is like
yeah.
all wrong.
Yeah,
You
I
know.
remember this one joke. I remember my freshman year. I was in the soapy kitchen, right? And this girl, right?
John's got a face on.
I know this story.
John knows the story. And this girl, she had a pizza in the oven, right? And I noticed it was a DiGiorno pizza, right? She was like, "Oh, like since you're in the kitchen," and I live like right next to the kitchen, like literally my door was like right outside the kitchen. It's like, "Oh, do you mind like watching my pizza? Like I'll be back in like a couple minutes." It's like, "Yeah, cool. Wait, is that delivery?" She's like, "What?"
Oh no!
Opened. Oh, wow, that was just.
That might be me.
So I did then I was like, "All right, let me try it again. Is this delivery?" And she was like, "No, it's just a
God.
pizza that you put in the box." And like, never mind.
Wasn't good.
I was so mad. I was like, "Yo, I'm about to let your pizza fucking burn." Oh my god, I was distraught. But anyways, I'm sorry, we got distracted.
Yeah, hold on,
I forgot
hold
what
on.
we were talking about.
That one girl from Soviet that was cooking a pizza.
Yeah, so remember you bitch. You didn't laugh at my joke. And I honestly, I didn't even have a chance to explain the joke. I kind of just let the joke go. Kind of have to
She'll watch a commercial one day and then she'll be like, "Oh, that's what he meant."
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
That would be the ultimate form of like, if that happened, I would be like, man, justice. This is what karma looks like, right here. She finally saw the joke.
So I wanted to. You kind of said this earlier. Do you have any more helpful tips that you could like advise people to take better photos? You said the little grid thing and the little thirds and stuff like that. What are some other ways that some helpful little quick tips?
Study.
Well,
there's so many things online now, and they're videos and stuff. And I know someone who's a photographer that kind of has like little helpful videos online and stuff like that, and that can help you like get better right away and get to know like what you need to take a better photo. But I mean, rule of thirds, just watch the lighting. Try not to shoot in harsh lighting because sometimes that'll make you get squinty eyes and be like,
that's why I don't believe in interracial couples because of contrast.
Hey man, not cool.
The contrast. You guys are fine
There's
because
not that much.
you're somewhat the same skin color, but like
yeah.
that's why I never date a white girl, man. We take a photo at the beach. You can't see her. You can see me. You take a photo at a nightclub. You can see her. You can't see me.
You can see your gap, Sydney.
You can see my gap. Yeah. See, that's an example of a joke I thought about beforehand, and I kind of weaved it into conversation.
I'm not sure if you've said that on the podcast before.
I don't know. I'm not sure. Well, I was smart enough to put it for our first photography to barrel roll that joke out. So what do you feel like is the ultimate goal with your like artistry and your photography? Like, what are some other things you would like to do with it and stuff?
I would just like to, I guess, let me think about this. I want to be, successful or just like feel fulfilled with what I'm doing and just enjoy it. I think that's like the ultimate goal. And,
yeah, definitely with art, it has to be enjoyable for you. Otherwise, what's the point?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's the point if you're not enjoying it?
So, I mean, that's it.
That's it? Yeah.
Yeah.
To feel fulfilled. No, I think that's a great goal, actually.
Yeah. Because,
definitely.
I mean, you, like, let me think about this. What was I going to say? I'm all in these. Oh, my goodness. I
No
feel
pressure,
like on
Maria.
the spot.
Maria.
I was going to say something and then I forgot.
Yeah, quick, Tim, finger banging.
No, I honestly forgot what I was going to say.
It's okay, Maria. I still love you.
You said, fulfillment. Like, I think that's what everybody, like, you want to feel happy about the things you make.
Yeah.
You just want to keep getting better too, right?
I know,
think that as an artist, like that's like the main goal for everyone. Keep getting better, keep growing.
Yeah, and you see other photographers and artists, and you're like, dang,
Inspired.
Yeah,
You get inspired. You can learn a lot too from other people.
Yeah, I think that's what helps me like wanting to keep doing the podcast because I've been actively listening to the podcast since I was like 15, 16 order, like high level, great level podcast. So when I hear great podcast, I was like, oh fuck, like I like. Now that I'm actually doing it, I pick up on the little things that they do and how they transition and how they bring in certain subjects and how they like talk and go from subject to subject. So like that, like actively being involved and immersed in podcasts like motivates me to keep on going.
That's cool.
So, but
nice.
Yeah. So you want to do? I know you guys. What time do you guys have to leave?
It's like it's not a huge deal. It's like 8:17 now. I'm not sure. What do you think? We're pretty close to where I need to go, though.
Okay.
We're pretty good on time. We go a little bit further.
Okay, let's do fun questions.
Fun questions. Yes.
Let me find the fun questions first.
Oh boy.
Oh shit.
See, they had me do fun questions on the first podcast. So I forgot what you asked me.
They're similar questions. Don't worry.
Nice. Yeah, that was good.
Let's do quite a few. Let's see. And I honestly forget which questions we asked you the first time.
It's
Tim.
okay.
So.
I might have a different answer now. I'm like 6 months older, so I have more experience in the world.
Oh yeah, it's
6 whole months.
Jesus
older.
Christ!
I think something like that.
It's been 5.
Yeah, Maria's the oldest one here. She looks the youngest, and actually,
I'm gonna be
she's
27.
gonna be turning 27.
Oh.
I'm turning 27 in March, but she turns it next month.
So you're into the milfs.
Yep. I'm
I'm
robbing
sorry,
the grave, as they say.
Yeah.
So, on that uncomfortable note. So suppose you could live in a fictional universe, but you get all the consequences of that universe. So like if you go to like Harry Potter, someone can just say whatever and just kill you on the spot. Or if you were, say, in the Pokemon universe,
that'd be pretty awesome.
A Charizard could just light your ass on fire.
But you can also catch a Charizard, then use it to kill other people, or fly on, or
if he likes you, like
true,
he could just hate you, and then
Ooh, so you're asking which world would we go to, basically?
Yeah. Which fictional universe?
Oh, we have to think about this.
Yeah.
Oh my
because
god!
I don't know why, but I thought of Naruto right away. But I need to think of something else.
No, you can say Naruto.
I know.
I'm not gonna judge you.
Can I tell you, when I was in high school, there's this kid who knew all the Naruto signs, right? And he could like do it in like quick succession, like in the show, and everybody would make fun of like, "Oh man, this kid doing Naruto
signs." That takes dedication, though. There's love.
And I was like, "That's actually kind of cool."
But once again, we came from a different time. If that happened now, everyone would love him. Have you guys seen the anime My Hero Academia yet?
Oh yeah,
I want to go in that world actually because I have superpower. I think my
quirk.
I have a quirk. I don't know what my quirk would be, but
I want to think of another world. Just wait.
Go for it, Maria.
I'm thinking. Maybe Harry Potter.
So Tim, I have a question for you. Would you be prepared to fight supervillains?
Yes.
Full
if I go to the hero course.
But like, what guarantees that your quirk will be the one?
John, what do you think my quirk would be?
That's a good question.
I think everybody's just born.
Yeah,
with a
you don't really
quirk.
have a choice.
You
in
don't
your
really have a
quirk.
choice. You kind of
Yeah.
it's just random,
It's
right?
just random. So you get five.
That's actually a really good question, which
No,
I will also ask
wait, hold
Maria.
on. I mean, this might be a slight spoiler.
I've seen up till halfway through season 3, so I haven't seen the newest episodes yet. And I
Oh,
haven't read
okay.
the latest.
Well, the one dude who's like half cold, half
Todoroki?
yeah. Like he was pretty much like like designed to have
Yeah,
those.
exactly.
So, like, is it
possible to?
is
like,
it
control
possible
then?
to actually control it? And shit
Well,
like
you
that?
know what?
I guess it depends on who you marry, because it's all
If
genetic.
you,
Yeah.
too.
if you could pick a quirk, what would it
Okay.
be? Follow-up question to the
Ooh.
fictional universe.
If I could pick a
Maria,
quirk.
same question.
You see My Hero, right, Maria?
Yeah,
I showed her
have.
the first season, but
Yeah,
we haven't
I
watched this.
watched
Have we watched the second too?
Yeah.
Where they're doing
I
the
forgot, what
tournament?
was the question again?
What would be your quirk?
Oh.
Or your superpower?
What the? I don't know.
What's,
do you think?
know, for you, I could see you having like a quirk that. Let me think about this for a second.
What
It's
if I
tough.
have like a giant paintbrush and I could erase people?
That would be cool.
Ooh.
That'd be pretty OP too.
Or
Ooh.
it would
Fucking
be
Yeah.
more of a
cool.
pencil. Or if it was a paintbrush, it would like.
You'd
paint
literally be
over-
Doodle Bob.
Yes.
Ooh.
Oh,
Doodle.
so wait, so anything that you draw would like come to life? Type of
Maybe.
thing?
You,
Or,
instead of Eraserhead, you'd be just Eraser.
Eraser.
Like,
I could have like a sound-based quirk since I'm into music, like that one
Right?
girl with the headphones.
Mm.
But,
Oh, yeah.
that'd
but
be
better
dope.
than hers, because hers seems kind of like bad.
Yeah.
It seems like kind of like
So-
weak, but I
yeah.
don't know.
Though,
I could have like a guitar that could like hit a chord and just like shoots out the beam.
That's what I was
That'd be
thinking.
pretty cool.
You know what I like about the show? Some of the like weirder quirks, I'm like, oh, that shit is stupid.
But then they find a use
they
for it
find
somewhere.
kind of cool
Yeah.
uses for it, and I'm like, oh wow, especially with the one dude, the pop off dude, where he
Oh,
had his
Mineta,
one,
yeah.
when he in the first
Ooh.
season we had that one where
He
like,
throws
oh,
it at the villains as like they're flying off the
yeah,
ship.
yeah.
Okay, I got one for you, Tim.
Okay.
What if
John.
every time you flexed one of your muscles, it would produce a different note,
Ooh, that'd be cool.
right? And like you could control even to the level of like
frequencies, like really high pitched, so you can like make people go like deaf or like hurt their ears or.
yeah, like you could probably do something.
Ooh, I
literally
can hit
by
the brown
flexing.
note, and then everyone would shit themselves. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I make people shit themselves on command. That'd be.
It's when
awesome.
he flexes his glutes, he's just like, shoom, and then that's immediately the brown note.
Is there an actual brown note? Is that real? I know South Park did a whole
I've
episode
heard
on
about it. I'm
which
not
is
sure if it
hilarious.
actually makes you
Listen,
shit
if
yourself.
you see a deathcore band, there definitely is a brown note.
Yes.
Because like
Every note is a brown note.
they immediately go to the lowest string and go, and then when it's at like 150 decibels at your face, it's just like up, yep, ooh.
Ooh, I got some shit back there now.
All right,
And that's why the bathroom's always full at deathcore shows.
a lot of shit in there.
So Maria, your fictional universe and your
Oh, I
quirk.
think she
You
said,
said- you said
Harry Potter.
Oh, Harry
No, I
Potter.
said Naruto.
Oh yeah,
first.
true.
Naruto
Naruto's
first,
your
yeah.
first one.
That would be dope. Which village would you be in if you were
I don't know. I think I'm more Leaf.
more Leaf? Yeah.
Yeah.
Leaf's kind of cool. I always like the Sand Village.
Oh,
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like they have.
fuck that. Too hot.
Yeah, it's hot, but I like their swagger. I feel like their clothing was like.
Yeah, it's badass.
yeah, yeah.
And you know how they have like the face paints
The face
too?
paints, yeah.
Yeah,
I think
that's
it'd be-
awesome.
Yeah, I think it would be dope, but it would be hell to fucking live there.
Yeah.
Like, fucking Gareth's emo ass, like he's threatening to destroy the village every other day.
Well, and then you get later in the canon, and you're
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you know.
Oh, yeah.
Then he's like, yeah.
Good for him, man.
Oh, you want to cuddle?
I kissed your headphones, by the way.
Let's
I didn't kiss your
Look,
cheek.
look at how
another
adorable
fun-
that is. We've talked about a lot of things on this
Yeah.
show. We've talked about,
Shitting her pants from the brown notes and
brown note
Sydney's Gap.
shitting,
Mhm.
Sydney's Gap.
I'm gonna make that Instagram page. I'm gonna make my picture of my gap every day.
We've talked about we have seen gay anime fan fiction. We've talked about hentai.
Yeah.
Mm.
We talked about a lot of things on John's class episodes. It's been 23 episodes.
You've never
But
seen
you know
anything like
what?
this. So you've never seen a guy with his girlfriend just hugging.
Yeah. We
It's
never
so
we never
innocent.
talked about love.
Love.
We never talked.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
I think
when we
John
gonna
is getting
find love,
nervous.
John?
Uh,
when we're gonna get our lives together, man.
when we stop being assholes.
But guys, I'm an asshole and I found Maria. There's still hope for you guys too.
Yeah. Maria, pre Maria Tim. Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah,
this guy was
biggest
the
asshole.
worst. No.
I love to hear you guys' stories.
Oh no, let's keep that off air.
Off the podcast.
Yeah, let's keep that off the podcast.
See, there was this one time.
Oh no, John, please, God, don't say that one. Not that one, anything but that one.
There's this one time that Tim played a
God.
Fathom show, and it was actually a really good show, but you weren't dating him at the time, so.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
If I could like rewind time and get you there, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, and this is one time I was hanging out with Tim. And it was really dope. It was fun.
Yeah, not
some
anymore. I'm
That's
not
a
fun
quality.
anymore.
So big.
I had to go. Like, Maria's like, fun with Tim? What? Oh my god! Can I get some of that?
How much is it?
Yeah, how much is it?
For a good time.
Like,
Does it take me anywhere anymore? Have you? Okay, that's always like the stereotype in like people's relationships or whatever. Like the girlfriend, like, all right, you don't do XYZ as you used to anymore. You don't take me to the park, Parisian State Park. We don't watch any shows. We don't do anything anymore. Like, has it? I feel like it's just been like very, pretty much the same since I've seen you guys together. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's been really good actually.
It
And,
has been.
It's only get better.
We've only gotten into a few fights.
Everyone has a fight. So
Oh, what was the? What can you tell me? What's the
What the f-
lightest subject that you guys fought about?
okay.
What was some like
oh,
you got
jeez.
into a full fight?
Let me think
I
really
don't know
quick.
if I want to talk about this.
Like
I don't know
sometimes,
if I
well,
can
I have a good
remember.
answer actually for
Oh
this.
my
Sometimes I'll have road rage, right?
Right.
And I'll get angry at a car, and I'll like curse and yell and stuff in the car. It makes her feel upset, and then I get upset that she's upset, and that's what we fight about. That's like our light
That's
fights.
the pettiest
I'm
thing
yeah,
ever.
yeah.
Man, I have so much to look forward to because I get hella road rage.
See, it's not
Yeah,
just
that's
me.
bro. That's definitely gonna be a topic.
I
with you
think
with your
John actually told me
girlfriend.
once that the
Yeah.
one time where it's completely normal to get angry is in the car,
Yeah.
like driving. I remember you told me something like that because there's so many bullshit things that can happen.
You never learn to swear till you learn to drive.
Oh yeah,
True
Yeah,
facts.
Yeah.
dude, 90% of my
You know
cars
what?
in the car. now.
Maybe that's why you don't understand, Maria, because, you know, how often do you drive? Huh?
Maria curses a lot, actually. You think she's all cute and innocent, that she opens her mouth, she's like, fuck, shit, fuck,
Yeah,
penis.
yeah.
Say penis.
Penis.
Yes.
Yeah.
I needed to do that before we got off.
Because you needed to hear that.
I needed to hear that.
Yeah. Wait.
Believe in something.
Even been sacrificing everything.
I haven't been Invisalign, so I can't speak properly.
It's very cute, actually.
That's right. Explain that away.
So, got any plugs, Maria? Your Instagrams and your Facebooks or whatever. Where can they check out your artwork and shit?
Maria Eppich for my art. And
How do you spell epic?
Eppich.
It's actually her last name. I dated her, when I first started dating her, I was like, Epic, that's your last name? What the hell? And then I saw that spelled like slightly differently, but still a
Yeah.
really badass last name.
I know, right? And then Maria Eppich art for my art. Epic spelled the same.
Actually, just a side note. Do you play Fortnite?
No.
Because it's created by Epic Games.
Sorry, she doesn't play garbage.
Oh, my girlfriend doesn't play garbage. What about you, Tim? Where can they find you?
Well,
and
my
shit?
band Fathom is Fathom 239. Expect to see a full length album release really soon.
Yes.
Yes,
Long
we are
time
coming
coming.
back, baby.
Yes.
Yeah, it's been like 5 years in the making. Yeah, I've been playing in that band for like almost like 8 or 9 years now, so it's way past due. And then I should really make a Facebook page for my solo stuff because I'm gonna have some solo stuff with John
or
coming out soon.
Instagram.
And then I have old stuff that I did with my buddy Tyler. I got tons of solo stuff I have to put
So
out
how about
there.
that Instagram? I feel like Instagram is just
You know,
more,
I've never used Instagram, but I should
Really?
because
Yeah.
it's such a good social media platform to be on now.
Are you on Instagram?
No, I'm not. I've never had an
Oh.
Instagram. Actually, Maria's been wanting to get me an Instagram.
Yeah, you should.
Let me tell you
should.
something.
But sometimes I
It's kind of
forget
like
about it.
Facebook in that your feed is just like people, pictures of people that you kind of care about
Yeah,
sometimes,
Kind of
Yeah.
care about.
and other pictures of people you just don't care about at all. But like, it doesn't have any of the real weight that some of the Facebook posts
Gotcha,
had.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Like I go on
Well,
Instagram.
on Instagram,
I
it's
see
mostly
like
just pictures, all right? You
Yeah,
don't really
I
post
see, like-
statuses or anything.
I see like anime memes and like
That's fine.
you
Every
know,
now and then, that's
And just
normal.
memes.
or like
It's
Memes
like
are good.
it took all the the fun stuff about Facebook and like and took out all the like the annoying negative things about
Gotcha.
Facebook.
And then Facebook immediately, like when they started having a lot more news on there, it was like 15 people died in Saudi Arabia today. Like, thanks for depressing me today.
Yeah. You got off Facebook.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Right, John?
I noticed that Instagram's like bigger than Facebook now. Pretty much.
Actually
luckily Facebook owns Instagram.
I
So.
pretty much never go on Facebook anymore. I check it like every now and then. But
I re-downloaded Facebook, and I still hardly ever go on there.
Man, I just do the creep shit on Facebook. I just reach it. I don't post any statuses.
I pretty much just lurk now.
Post any photos.
Once in a blue moon,
I'll post something. But
yeah.
Like I might update my profile picture. That's about it.
Gotcha.
Sometimes I just want to delete it because it's just you see all that
but
stuff.
Maria, who will I be in a relationship with then? It'll say in a relationship with, or it'll just say in a relationship.
Yeah, Maria.
In a relationship with Maria Eppich. Right?
With Bubble Buddy.
With Bubble Buddy. Thanks, Maria.
He also burned our crops, burned down our
poison our water supply.
Poison our water supply.
He did?
No, but are we gonna wait around and wait until he does?
I hope to God that the younger kids are watching SpongeBob, because it'll sadden me if like I ask kids like, hey, you see this funny SpongeBob meme? He's like, yeah. You know what episode that's from, little kid? He's like, actually, I've never actually seen SpongeBob before. I was like, that's where I just...
Man.
That's where you get charged with child abuse.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to happen yet, though, because there's still SpongeBob playing on Nick, I think, now. I don't even have
there are new episodes coming out.
That's
I
like
thought
the
it
only show
officially
they
ended.
have. Did it?
No, the original creator like walked out. And
a while ago, though.
Yeah, because the Nick was like, I'm tired of drawing a goddamn sponge.
It got like a lot worse after like the original writers left, though. I think they were only there for like the first few seasons. Then like the movie came out, and then after that like went downhill really quickly.
I think it's the same reason why like Family Guy still has seasons coming out. The network just won't let it die.
Yeah.
Just won't let it
Some
die.
shows should die, though.
Yeah, they should. But yeah, you can follow us on John's Closet on Instagram, JONS_closet_.
Perfect.
Follow us on. I finally did it. I remember that S.
Good job, Cindy.
This is positive reinforcement.
Positive reinforcement.
Reinforcement.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Subscribe to us on YouTube, John's Closet, and also if you see me out at various venues and parties or whatever, refer to me as my real name. God damn it, Sydney. I am not a John's Closet.
Hey, look over there! It's John's Closet.
All right, this is episode 23. We out.
Next time we'll have flying dildos.
Peace.